Fake record deals are on the rise in 2024, and there's a couple different ways that these are happening. There's a couple different ways that people are getting taken advantage of, and I'm gonna go through it all. So if you think that this is the video that's gonna make the difference for you, which you should, give us a like right now. So the first thing is, as far as, I have found that when we say fake, and let me define that, offer that either is just blatantly false because they're like, hey, we're from Universal Music, and they're not. And they are trying to sign you into a contract because really they're trying to get you to pay money. And they go, give us $500 and we're going to get you this and that. So there's the blatant fakery, but then there's also misrepresenting of facts agreements. All right, so basically, someone comes, they wine and dine you, they're like, we're going to do all these great things for you, and so they get you to sign an agreement that does not actually represent what was said, what was agreed upon. So this is what I'm using as my broad definition of fake record deals. The first thing I need you to kind of keep in mind with this is that what these people do is that they're going to exploit your enthusiasm, your passion, and I hate to say it, your eagerness. And what I mean by that is we, especially for at some point in our music careers, either early or later on, but we're just kind of like, man, is something going to happen? I'm waiting for that opportunity. And you just want someone to come and wave a magic wand and show you the way and help you with your marketing and get you those collabs. That's really the secret wish. And that's why when people think about record label deals and they get excited, it's because they think the record label is going to come and solve all of your problems. So they exploit your enthusiasm, your passion, and your eagerness by doing things and implementing tactics like urgency, unfounded urgency out of nowhere, right? So they'll be like, this is the only opportunity you're gonna get. Here's a contract. You need to sign it right away. Don't get an attorney. So this is a huge red flag across the board because the legitimate labels, including the big ones, they are actually the ones that are like, you must get an attorney. I'm not gonna mess with you if you don't have someone help you review this. And it's just because obviously, record labels are villainized for all the bad things that allegedly happen or actually happen, right? And so they just want to protect themselves by making sure that you know what you're, signing. But in any case, when someone's like, sign it right away, and we've talked 2 times and you don't know what the hell the contract says, those are all huge red flags. Need contracts for your music business? Go to topmusicattorney.com to get downloadable templates such as NDAs, record label agreements, management agreements, featured artist agreements, and so much more. Go to topmusicattorney.com. So we also have the fakery in the record label deals, and the reason why they're on the rise is because of financial gain. All right, and this is not going to shock anyone, but labels come in, and if they knock it out of the park and they own all your music and you're getting 14% of royalties net, so meaning, they pay back themselves on the big loan that was taken out to pay for your stuff, allegedly, because they're paying themselves. They're like, oh my gosh, Tom cost $50,000 for that music video. I'm just saying. So, let's say they do knock it out of the park. You still are not going to see money for a long time. And even if you do see money, it's not a lot. Okay, so there's a lot of financial gain to be made. But I'll tell you what, I say this all the time. I'm like, you want to try to retain ownership of your masters because what labels are good at and what they know that you don't is that they're going to be able to sell your masters later on. And they can sync them and they can do all kinds of things to make money, not just from, we didn't get paid a lot of royalties on Spotify. No. They're going to sell your songs to other people and they're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, if you had, some kind of following. So there's a financial gain at your expense, but obviously the big piece there is that you lost ownership of your music along the way. Okay, but this is also motivating why people are being exploitative and kind of getting you to sign, these fake and misleading record label contracts. Now, what they're also going to do is they're going to give you this illusion of stardom. And this goes back to the sales pitch of, oh my gosh, I heard your song. It's so good. You're the next best thing. And it's amazing. Because of course we all want to hear that. And so what is it? The snake oil? They're going to come in and say all the right stuff. And even if it's a legitimate label, which sometimes it's not, even if it's a real opportunity, you never know what's going to happen. And half the time it's an A&R guy who believed in you, maybe legitimately, and then he got moved to a different department or he got fired. So we see these all kind of going badly. But again, your decision-making framework should not be your emotion, okay? So don't get suckered into a fake record label deal or relationship because someone's like, I can make you a big star, because maybe they can't. And either way, you're losing the ownership of your music and you're putting yourself in potentially a bad spot. Now we're going to talk about solutions here. We're going to talk about what you need to do to protect yourself. But the next thing that I looked at or look at when it comes to these bad record label deals, these fake agreements, is that really what they're trying to do is that they are coming in and they're not only taking ownership of the masters, which still, so masters meaning the final recorded versions of your song. They're not only taking ownership of the masters, which is still industry standard, but depending on what territory you're in, it's pretty common, like in Mexico, it's pretty common that they're like, hey, we're going to own your trademark. We're going to literally own your artist name. And like half the time, these people are signing these contracts for nothing. They're not even giving like an advance of, all right, cool, I'm going to give you $100,000 or something like that. And so, when someone is proposing to get you into a contract, we're calling it a fake deal because of the exchange. That's not real. They're not really going to get you the money or the fame, the stardom, the fan following. They're not really going to do those things because half of these businesses, half of these people, half of these record labels can't do that for you. But they're selling you on the dream of what it could be. All right. So that's why we're taking issues with these, and what I'm seeing with all of these fake and bad record label deals that are coming through. So what are the solutions? So, as far as looking at solutions, obviously the best thing that you could do for yourself is to get out of your own way and do not pay attention to your emotions or your eagerness, because, a lot of people, and I've had this where I've literally sat down artists and it was a real label, a major record label offer, and I look the artist dead in the eyeballs and I go, I'm getting paid from the label if I get this deal done based on your contract. And I am telling you, I don't want you to sign this. I go, it's exploitative. They're taking advantage. There's no guarantee. You're doing so good on your own, or you could be doing so good on your own. I don't think you should sign this. And the artist will still go and sign the contract. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? My job is just to be like, look, here are my concerns and, do as you wish. I support you. It's all good. But the reason why they sometimes will still move forward is because, oh my gosh, it's this name of a label. I think they'll do this. I think they'll do that. And they can't turn away the opportunity. It's too scary. What if I never get this opportunity again? So number one is to try to set aside your emotions a little bit, but also it is really important to have an attorney, not just an attorney, but someone who knows this stuff, this industry, these deals. And, a part of it obviously is because you need someone who's going to get you the best deal because they know what industry standard is. And like they know Joe at Universal and can just be like, look, Joe, stop with the shit. Come on. Like that stuff really does help. But, also beyond anything else, always working on building yourself up and having the mentality of being your own record label. And we do this because obviously I can go through the gambit of like all the horror stories of things that can happen if you do sign with a label, of them not doing anything, them shelving you, taking away all your artistic creativity. You know what I'm saying? But there's good stuff. We have Taylor Swifts of the world. We have Kanye's of the world. We have these prolific acts who were given help, assistance, and a platform because of labels. But like labels own all their stuff. You know what I'm saying? So just stuff to keep in mind. If you're a hustler like me, working on your career every day, go to topmusicattorney.com to apply to work directly with me. Let's get your music business to 6 figures and beyond. But the framework of how do you think like a record label? You do that by being like, I'm not going to be eager. I'm going to do business deals. If I do sign with a company, it needs to make sense. What are they doing for me? And if I have nothing to bargain with, right? If I'm so desperate and I need so much help, that means you need to work on your stuff. That means you need to learn music marketing. That means you need to build your fan following. Like you have to have a baseline of building your own stuff up so that you like know what you're doing, A, and B, you have leverage because now they really do want something versus it just being like, hey, some random, hey, 2K band name official, right? Instead of being like, hey, John, right? So you're getting some scam email. Great music. We would like to see about a potential opportunity. Here's the contract and the terms. All right. So there's legitimate fakery going on, and even in the real offers, there's fakery and misrepresentations and all kinds of things going on. So I'm not opposed to record label deals. I represent all kinds of artists who end up becoming their own record labels because I'm like, don't only think like a label, but build your own thing. So I think it's cool. But I'm all about everyone should know what's up, be able to negotiate for themselves, be able to get the representation that they need, and to stay legally protected. So stay away from all the fakery and make it a great year. Get an entertainment attorney. You can contact Delgado Entertainment Law, and we'll help you out.